All right, we're live.
What? Live?
Yeah.
I heard that was weird. I don't know. I heard like a ding, 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 ding.
Oh, yeah. Well, good evening, everyone. We'll let
Better join
things
on
build
in.
up
Oh,
here.
it just says that you went live. Of course, now I got to find it.
Yeah, same thing.
There it is. Now we're talking. All right.
Well, Miss Greta, how are you?
I really liked the Lilo and Stitch bust. That's awesome.
That was cool.
I might have to try to find that
Jason,
one.
how are you? Kent, how are you? It's kind of
Haven,
weird.
what up? Got all sorts of folks
Brent
up in here.
Hetrick, how are you?
I'm good. Kent, how are you?
Well, it says you're watching now, so.
Well, yeah. See, and I can do the
Mr.
there.
Sleeth in the house.
Oh, what's up, brother? How you feeling? You back to 100 yet? Haha. Nice, Kent. I actually did a little hunting today or yesterday, so I got me a new 5-pack that I'm super excited about opening tonight.
We are glad to have you here with us, Miss Greta. It is probably good so you can get off early once of work.
What's up, Nick?
So I'm on the Wi-Fi. I'm not on the land because I'm using Robin's computer tonight. Mike, how are you?
Hopefully it doesn't shut off on us.
I've got the battery plugged into it.
All right. Nice. I'm excited about opening this thing.
Came home with nothing? Oh, that stinks. But that's okay.
I got a bunch of friends out ice fishing right now, so I hear you.
I want to come home with what Scott Orloff came home with, which is a Mexican convention Mustang. So, all right, let's get into it. I think we've got a few. Mary, how are you? Thanks for popping in tonight. Joseph, how are you?
We missed you in Lincoln, buddy.
Yeah, there is not much. And Derek, is Derek a fisherman? I think he is, according to Miss Greta. Derek, how are you? Yeah, I know you got that one too there, Ken. I want one. So I'm going to have to find one. All right, so let's get into it. I want to talk about Lincoln this past weekend. I do want to talk about the stores and what we saw at Lincoln because I think there's a correlation between the two. Jesse, how are you? What? That's a crime against cereal.
Oh, no, that's not a crime. She says if you reread that, she said you can get just the marshmallows.
Oh.
That's that's like a diabetic coma right there. It sounds great, but
that's why I only do the Count Chocula during October. Okay, so
I was in Lincoln, but racing around the corner. Hey, man, you got to get that race car up and running.
Let's talk about Lincoln. Lincoln was great.
That it was. It was.
Oh, there's your Lucky Charm info.
I don't need it. I just eat regular Lucky Charms. I don't need all marshmallows. I would be way bigger than I am now.
Yeah, Lincoln was great. I mean, it was a great town, great crowd, good weather.
Yeah.
You know, lots of people came out, and this is the part that I wanted to focus on was that we saw a lot of people buying older things. Well, we're great, Jesse. Lots of older things bought. Things that were, when I say older, older than 5 years old. There was a lot of that disappeared off of our tables. I know that.
Everything I bought was older.
Well, yeah, I bought something older too.
Yes, you did.
But so what was y'all's reactions to that? I mean, it was different to see, for those of you that went, to see that older stuff go flying off the tables. And I think that's because since there's nothing in the stores, it's getting people to look at those older things, which is cool.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you think, Brent?
Well, you figure I bought 3 cars this whole weekend. I got a mystery bug from early 2000s era. I got a Super Cow Customs from the 90s, and I got a Super Treasure Hunt from I can't remember exactly. I want to say 2009. So, and that was all I got. So, but yeah, it was kind of neat. Just there was a lot of good vintage stuff there this weekend, and it was a good time. It was a very good show.
Kyle, nice to see both of you tonight. Yeah, that's what I got out of it was we had a bunch of loose cars, and a lot of them were from the late 80s, early 90s, and they just disappeared. Disappeared.
Well, that was your like this old guy. Yeah, and that's the thing.
I don't know about that.
You know, that's the really cool thing about Hot Wheels is the old stuff is, I mean, for the lack of a better tool here, you know, this is an old one, and this is a newer version of it. Sure, it's a lot shinier. It's got chrome rims, but this one's got rubber tires on it. But they're still cool from the 80s to the 2000s, you know. It's just they're super cool. And I like that people are starting to see that, you know, there's more out there than just Super Treasure Hunts and stuff like that.
Not that those aren't cool.
No,
but
they're good stuff. But, you know, there's a lot of cool stuff out there that you can get into for reasonably decent prices because, you know, just because it's a little bit on the older side. You know, I mean, I'm just looking around here seeing what I got in front of me, and I don't have a lot of older stuff in front of me.
Yeah, I think this trend's going to continue because I don't see the stores filling back up for another couple of months at least. So,
and even when they do get something back in, it's whoever gets there first is going to buy everything they can to either resell or to help out their friends. So the stores are going to remain empty until every store is full. And then it'll go back to normal. But until that time hits, it's going to be low for a while. So,
yep. I mean, I think a case got put out in Norfolk, and it's just maybe 10 or 15 cars left. So, let's see. Upcoming shows. We've got March 6th at the bank in Norfolk. We're going to do that one. You know, that'll be good. Then we've got Nationals coming up after that. And then I know the 2 big other local shows out west are Grand Island in March and Kearney in February.
Kearney will be a great time.
Yep. Yeah, maybe you're right, Ken. Maybe this will finally push them out. But we never know. Murphy's in the house.
Always good to hear the painting in the background.
Yes, I've missed her. So, yeah, that's a good point, Ken. Hopefully that'll finally push those guys out and we won't have to worry about that. Miss Cassie Sue, I tried to find you. I don't know if you were here in Lincoln or not, but I had a card for Spencer, so I may just have to mail it out. So let's get into it. You know, I've got a PowerPoint presentation I'm going to show for everybody tonight. This was the Treasure Hunts presentation that I did at regionals this past July. And as far as I know, I'm still on the schedule to do a JDM presentation. So I'm working on that, getting that ready. And this is all about treasure hunts. So we'll kind of get this thing started. All right.
So,
yeah, we're small and they're big. So obviously, we got that one from 06. I figured we can try something new. So if you guys don't like this, you can tell me to go away with it. All right. So, treasure hunts are obviously a special car that's found in regular mainline Hot Wheels. They have unique characteristics to set them apart. In the early days, they had little treasure hunt boxes or treasure chests up until I think 2012? They had the green stripe on them.
2012 was the last year for the green stripe.
And then, of course, the Circle Flame logo that's imprinted on the cars and on the cards as well. And then in 2007, the separation of supers and regulars. So we're going to kind of dive into that. Okay. So in the early years, there was usually about 12 castings per year, and it was a mix of real riders and basics. Of course, you guys are always feel free to answer in with questions or comments. Now, the first 2 years in 95 and 96, obviously, we know how many were made. After that, Mattel has never specified what those numbers are. And we don't know if it's 1% of all the cars made, if it's 10%, if it's half a percent, is it 30,000, 25,000? Nobody knows. And Mattel ain't sharing. Again, you're going to see various supers and regular hunts in the background here. Okay, so like I said, there's in my opinion, three distinct eras. Obviously, we have those shown. And the cool things about these eras is from 95 to 06, like I said, most of those were a mix of basic wheel and real riders. There's a few more variations in there, a lot more, I would say, than there were other years. So, like the car that we're showing right now, there's a gray version to it and a copper or maroon, a copper version to that. 07 to 11, you're going to see a regular of one car and then its opposite mirror of a real rider on the other side. Again, you see Spectre Flame paint, and you're going to see more of the treasure hunt logos being a little bit more defined. One of the things I want to mention about the 07s is that they had a very, very bad habit of the paint flaking. So, it's one of those where you got to watch out for that if you're looking to buy. The other thing on the 07s, especially with the Enzo, on the regular for sure, you have red seat and black seat. So those are some of the big variations from there. 2012 to now, you'll see a distinct line of regular hunts and a distinct line of supers. And, the regulars tend to be more along the line of fantasy castings drawn towards kids. And the supers were more for the adult collector in mind, although there were some fantasy castings and they're usually one or two. But you see a trend away from that starting in 2018 up until now, and especially with the 25th anniversary set, that was all real cars. So, again, just something to think about. And let's see. Of course, we'll take any comments or questions along the way. Again, this talks about some of the things that were on the cards and along the way, and breaks down the years of when they were. Again, 12 was the only year that they had card style like that, where it had treasure hunt written on the bottom of the card. 13, you see the Circle Flame logo, and like we said, the green hunt or the treasure chest symbol that you'd see on the cards. All right. Okay, obviously we all know what those logos are. They're pretty self-explanatory right there. And, we'll talk about definitions that most of us already know. Spectra Flame paint. There's the metal flake paint. And what is a real rider? Again, this was, when I did this was meant for folks who had not really had much experience looking for treasure hunts. So, again, if I'm boring y'all, just let me go. Again, here are some great resources on how to identify.
Jazz it up, man! Come on.
At Super Treasure Hunts.
I know, but you're not giving a school presentation, man. I'm sitting over here and I'm already dropping my head,
Well, it's pretty. So that honestly, this is the best.
It's great information. I'm not going to disagree with you. I'm just saying, like,
it's pretty cut and dry, folks.
Yeah, they're super treasure hunts. I'm sorry, but
yeah, Manny, I know.
We went from like 12, we're down to 4.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think we might have learned something tonight. PowerPoint presentations put people to sleep.
I wanted to show something that we could do this, but I think we can actually show pictures of new shit. New stuff.
New stuff. Watch yourself. See, now what we need to do is, instead of having those cars in the background, we need to be like, hey, here's a 55 Bel Air gasser,
Yeah, like I said.
Because, like, there's the Ferrari. I have that. Let's see here. I have that Ferrari somewhere. Mine's not open like yours is, but.
Well, mine's from Royce. So.
No, yeah. But I'm just saying, we need to jazz it up a little bit.
All right. So the cool thing about these websites, they're very interactive, and you can do searching for them. They have pictures. They're really easy to work with. So I thought those were cool.
And HW Treasure is a great website. I don't know if they have the monster trucks on there yet, but I know that they do. And I've been noticing that's a lot lately when it comes to like the color changer cars and now the monster trucks, that there's a lot of use of that circle flame-ish logo. And they're, especially on the monster trucks, because they just did I want to say it was a camper, I think, or it was a drag bus, one of the two. And it has a huge circle flame logo on the roof. And everybody's like, oh my God, I got a treasure hunt. No, you don't, And
the new bug is that way too.
Yeah, exactly. They put them on there, and so people are hoarding these things. And if you go to eBay, they're everywhere, stating that hey, this is a treasure hunt. And it's like, no, it's not. And everybody's like, well, it's got the logo on it, but the monster trucks have a different version. They have the circle flame logo, yes, but there's a monster truck tire around it. So you have to look for the regular with that monster truck tire around it. It's not just the circle flame logo when it comes to the monster trucks. And there is a new color changing Camaro, and I seen somebody posted it today. It was one of those Dodge van color changers, and it had this freaking circle flame logo, and I'm just like, oh God, here we go. Because whenever somebody sees it, it's a treasure hunt. Give me $50 for it. It's like, no, I won't give you $1 for it, And there's a lot of that going around. But yeah, HW Treasure is a great tool. It is updated all the time. As soon as they find out about something, they put it on there. And then once they find the actual card, because everybody knows where to get the sneaks from. It's everywhere. But they'll put those sneak pictures up just to let people know what's coming down the line. And then when they get the actual, carded version, they'll post that up there as well. Man, there's a lot of Camaros you need. Heck, I think I got one right here that you probably need. Let's see if I'm right. Hold on here. Let me get this thing out the baggie.
Ooh, I don't even have that one, and I'm okay with that.
That one is cool. I wish the number was a little bit better, but you know, it's 777. So it's not quite as cool as the 666, but or wherever it is right there. But you know, does anybody have any questions about the Treasure Hunts series or anything along those lines? Is that the Hall of Fame? Yes, I believe it is.
Yeah.
And no, you can't have it.
Another good website to use is the Hot Wheels Wiki. It may not be as thorough or as complete as the HW Treasure, but it is another good source to look at to bounce things off of. Okay, so I don't think we want to go into car culture.
No, I'm already asleep, so
yeah, you got so that I think we're done with our presentation. Like I said, we just wanted to try
we were trying something new tonight. We were trying something new. And
so
got the road tripping?
So
I have a fun topic we can talk about.
All right,
let's talk about it because when I posted the picture this afternoon, there wasn't a whole lot of care, and that was the new Matchbox RLC Premium Volkswagen Dragon Wagon. And for those that don't, this thing is so dirty. Oh, I wish I had my detailing brush, but I don't. All right. So anyways, this is Big Blue. This is the exact vehicle that they just redid. Now, the one that they did obviously wasn't Big Blue. It was the Dragon Wagon, or the Dragon, but I can't remember what it's called. But the neat thing is these all open up, and they have props that come out underneath. So that's the thing. It's a sweet, funny car, and I've been collecting these for so long, and I was so happy when I saw that. And I actually didn't see it until Sunday when I was told about it. Hey, somebody's like, "Hey, did you see that?" I think it was Brian. And they're super cool. Now, Kent, you didn't get one of the new ones, correct?
No, I did not.
Okay, so I explained why I did buy it, because I like them. I have a bunch of them. Why did you not buy it?
Mainly because I was out of town, although I know you can help me out, and you have in the past. One of the things that I thought before, I didn't realize what it was. So that's the first thing. I didn't know what it was. And you reminded me quite vigorously.
All right, Manny.
The other reason was I thought it looked like the drag beetle, honestly, from the whatchamacallit, from the Garage Series.
This one,
yes, that one. I like it. It's not bad. It's just not something that I jump out and join for. You know, it's just doesn't trip my trigger the way a 510 would.
You know, and here's the neat thing about these. Since I actually, you know, we can look at them, and they're very similar. It's just one has got the blower going out through the wind. They both have it going through the windshield, but one's kind of an old school style, and one's a more new school style. I mean, they're pretty much in the aspect of a funny car Volkswagen Bug. They're really similar, in my opinion. I mean, it's really hard to do this. See, oh, this is going to be a bad idea. I already know it. But you know, they're roughly the same. They go the same direction. But I think the Hot Wheels one was a little bit more detailed, but it should be, considering the fact that the Bug was made in, I don't know, it probably doesn't have a date on it, 2011, and the old Big Blue here is from 1972. So that's kind of cool to me, is that they're both still cool, but one's from the 70s and one's from 2011. So,
and see, that's probably one of the first cars that Matchbox tried to do to compete against Mattel.
Yeah,
and
most likely.
If you followed the show that Mike was in on the Toys That Built America, you would have seen that was one of the points that they talked about. So,
and it was
really,
that was a cool show. That's the thing. It's just there's so many. A lot of the new Mattel Creations cars. Trying to think how I want to word this. I don't see the need of the big boxes. I just don't. I can't see why. Matchbox could put it on a card, just like the RLC does, and I think that it would go over more because of that. Because you figure a big box this big, it's going to take up some space in anybody's collection. So you're either going to have this huge space waster, or you're going to take it out of the box, and then you just have this big things that are everywhere that's just going to get in your way and get broke, dusty, and everything like that. Whoa, we changed camera views. That was weird.
Yeah, that was because of the layout of the presentation. So we're back to normal.
Nice. That works. I like the way that looks. It looks a little better. So does anybody, what was your guys' thoughts? Because I've seen a lot of people that said that they liked it and that they did get it, and some people said that they passed on it. Why did you pass? Why did you buy it if you guys are in here that bought one, and ladies? Let's see. What else can we talk about? While we're seeing if anybody wants to chime in.
One of the things that I've noticed is that the sell times on these Matchbox cars on their version of RLC seems to be getting shorter and shorter. I think
it does and it doesn't. I actually saw a list of these earlier this week. I want to say the bus sold out in 2 hours. I think the Mercedes was over 24 hours, which disappointed me. The Surf Land Rover was about 6 or 7 hours, I think. The C10, I want to say that was less than 2 hours. And the Drag Beetle, I want to say it was 13 or 14 minutes. So let's see. Manny passed on it being a Matchbox. Great looking car, but not Hot Wheels. And see, that's a perfectly good reason. But for a guy like me that has literally in front of him, I have Hot Wheels, or that's Matchbox, sorry. Majorette. Let's see here. We got Hot Wheels, obviously. We've got Ertl, I think that's what this one is. No, that's an Action. Yeah, I have a lot of different stuff, everything from Majorettes to Hot Wheels to Ertls. This is just some cheapy Japanese toy that looked really cool, even though it's missing both the stacks, it still works, But I understand that, because, some people don't need to collect everything like I do, and I suggest not collecting everything like I do because it gets out of hand. But it's still fun. I enjoy it.
I think this is probably one of the castings that they need to do, personally, or that one as well.
I'd like to see some heavy duty stuff come out, either the tow trucks or, I really don't see the tree service boom truck being a hot seller. So, but, either where's the double one at? Where are you? There you are. Either the single or the double tow trucks.
Yeah. One of the things that Manny, it's a great looking car, but it's not Hot Wheels. And that's the appeal of both sides where, Hot Wheels is more that cool California customization, where Matchbox kind of focused on reality. And I'm going to put this up. What's this? Okay. So this is a Dodge Challenger. It's from 1975. This has been done in about 3 or 4. Well, no, not 3 or 4 because I have 4 at least. It's been done in several different versions. This one's yellow that says Toy Man on it. I have another one that says white, and I'm not going to bring that out for obvious reasons. But the other one I think they did a really good job on was the 85 IROC.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I said that.
Ooh. For a
Yeah,
guy that dislikes
opening hood.
Man.
Well, that car was cool. I'm sorry.
Well, that's
the
just it.
85
Camaros are cool cars.
Well, that's debatable. But this one was also done in blue. It was also done in a Dukes of Hazzard Dixie Rebel type paint. It had there we go. I like that car. That's the Jag, isn't it?
Yes, it is. I was gonna say most people probably don't even know what this or never even seen this one. And this one came out in 1985 or 86 is what the stamp date is. But she's got opening doors. And that's why when Matchbox brought back the opening doors cars, I was really happy. But the one thing that I can honestly say about the opening doors, they're not this clean anymore. And they're not metal. Most of the opening parts are plastic. Except for
that was another thing I liked about Matchbox cars too, is like they were realistic and they had the moving parts and they were generally a little bit cheaper than Hot Wheels. And so, it's what you could afford. And I could afford a Matchbox and I couldn't always afford Hot Wheels. So
yeah, that was the one thing I was very lucky in life is even as a kid, I had everything from Matchbox to Hot Wheels. It didn't really matter. I had a lot of Tokyo or Taiwan cars and stuff like that. Nothing to debate about it. When all you can see is taillights passing you, Camaro, just like the slogan, heartbeat of America. Well, it's not just the Camaro, man. It's Chevrolet. the whole fleet, man. Let's see here. Are these doors metal or are these plastic? Yeah,
no
see,
car,
these are the door. I think
or no car.
No, those are metal. But there's an opening door Volkswagen. And there's a new van coming out that I can't show pictures of, but it's going to be an RLC van. And it's
not down by the river, is it?
No. It's a Chevy Tradesman.
Oh, that's cool.
With
I know what that is.
It has this option, but it's not only there, it's back there. It's a 4-door RLC.
That's unusual.
It's a brand new tool. But anyways, I digress and get lost in random squirrel. Squirrel. Where's Greg?
He's not here.
He's probably in an RO red line auction. Mainly Camaro. I'm just the only one talking here. What is everyone else's opinion? Yes, I agree. There's 8 of you guys hiding, or ladies that are just hiding in here. What do you guys want? What do you guys think of the whole Matchbox versus Hot Wheels? Do you prefer one over the other? I know that I have a disease and I go after both. There's just something, I don't know. Like Ken said earlier, Matchbox did a lot of more realistic cars that you would see sitting at your local, grocery store. This is one of these stranger castings that Matchbox did. It is the Dodge Caravan.
I love that.
But here's the fun thing about a Dodge Caravan. Everybody knows, man, from the old days, they had a single door, and guess what, man? This thing, not only does it pop out, it slides. There we go. It slides back. So it's literally a minivan. It's like the first minivan. And it
was the first minivan.
Yeah, I know. That's it. Let's see.
Yep, Jaden, that's kind of where I'm at too.
Yeah.
The Hot Wheels have always been there, but some of the old school Matchbox cars are the ones that probably mean the most to me. Except for that one car I got this weekend in Lincoln. I'm still happy about that.
But yeah, I mean, that's the neat thing is with one of the perks about being me is that I do have the space to put up a lot of everything I've got. I have a lot and I mean I emphasize a lot of the when all the Jurassic Park movies came out, they kept pumping out Jurassic Park cars left and right, and they came out with clean versions, then they came out with variations, and then there was dirty versions, and then there was damaged ones. So it's like you can literally look at this because I've seen 3 of them today, and in fact, if you saw what Brian posted from his signs this weekend, he actually took those home with him, and it was a clean version, and a dirty version, and a crushed version, and I love all of those. But
yes, I loved them too for a while. Barb says that there is an upswing on collecting Matchbox, and I think so too. I personally like the packaging, and it's, stays true to the first ones. Yes, I agree completely with the super fast boxes and the way the card art's displayed on some of the retro stuff.
Like these ones look really, really cool because they do come with the box. But when I don't know if I have any. Oh, there's one there. Let me see. I can grab it here. But when it comes to, let me grab it. Maybe where'd it go? There it is. Digging through the hoard here. Hold on. All right. No, we got the bins. If you've never ordered one, this is what you get. It's a very large orange box, and I've opened all mine. So then you open the end, and then you slide it out.
I do like how they did that, though, for the larger cubes, putting that paper over.
I like that aspect of it because it keeps the cubes clean, but it's a lot of space. You could fit 2 cars in here so easily. And I don't know, are these things numbered? I guess I haven't slid the...
I don't know. It reminds me of the Magnus Walker RWB Porsche.
Yeah.
They're cool, but they just... There's a lot more that can be done with them, I think. They're not numbered, are they?
Not that I can tell. No, they're not numbered. But, not only do you get, the nice shiny Matchbox logo, and you get the Mercedes, cool. But I guess I never realized or didn't look at before, but you get all this information on the back of the car. I mean, it is really, really pretty. And I like what they did with the backdrop with it. It's kind of hard to tell, but there's a building. But in the new, that was another reason why I bought the Bug, is because it has the drag strip look to it. So that was really cool. I enjoy that.
All right.
Nick, I love Hot Wheels, but I like Matchbox as well. See, that's the thing. Everybody has, everybody likes, obviously, Hot Wheels. That's what we collect. That's what we enjoy thoroughly. But it's neat to be able to see that Matchbox and, Johnny Lightning, and I don't know how much crinkling is coming through on my microphone, but I'm betting it's a lot.
Yeah. I mean, there's so many different brands right now. It reminds me a lot of the mid-'90s when there was Winter Circles, Racing Champions,
Johnny
RCCA,
Lightning.
Johnny, and, now with Greenlight and M2 and Auto World,
and the muscle machines just came back.
Yep.
I can officially say I own a new muscle machine. I picked up the Grand National a couple weeks ago.
I just wonder if Ertl's going to bring some of their stuff back, from the old days.
Jaden, I'm with you, bro. I love me the lowriders. So, anytime you get a trunk, get some hydros in the back. Joseph's on. Like Brent was showing, Matchbox is better on detail. On some of the stuff I like, for instance, Hot Wheels in the backgrounds.
You mean like this?
Yes. And I've seen a lot of like train guys and diorama guys that are actually pulling those Jeeps off, and they're actually turning them into desert scenes or beach scenes or mudding scenes, and then putting the cars back on there, and it just looks like 8,000 times better.
Yeah, a little underwhelmed with the rock layout, but again, I bet this car would probably be $45 or $50 to buy if it was painted out. Just a thought.
What's going on, Shane?
Shane, how are you, sir? welcome to the show. I mean, what else do we got in here? I mean,
I don't know. We could just go on a tour and just go crazy, but I think we'd be here all night if we did something like that.
We'd get lost.
Yeah.
We'd get lost.
I guarantee that a lot of people would be like, "To it," you know. One thing that I can give Matchbox a lot of props for is when they do stuff like this, when you can just get just the box.
Oh yeah,
I love these, but the problem is you can't find these, and I haven't even opened this one yet. Which one is this?
No, well, I don't think so, Manny. They're not all dollar cars at the end of the day. They're close.
They're at the end of the day, it's not that they're a dollar cars. It's at the end of the day that honestly they're still toys. You know, if you guys were in here last week when Adam was talking about racing, in a month or so, he plans on racing the brass prototype of his cord. You know, and that's not a dollar car, but as he said it, he goes, "They're just toys. They're meant to be played with."
Yes, they are. Well, that's playing with fire.
Got us a little Sheriff Tahoe. And one thing I can honestly say that I don't like about Matchbox is I know they're realistic, but man, the tires are in the rims package. They're just boring. I mean,
I wish they'd go back to their old school dot ones. Those were cool.
Like those?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is something that's kind of cool. You don't see this every day. I wish Mattel would go back to this card for a little while. I think Matchbox has this right because they try to do retro style cards and everything. I think this would be cool for Mattel to do something like this. This is a Canadian card. It is from 86 or 87. The copyright date is 86, but this is a Canada card. Very, very cool. I mean, just
and Jaden's, not to interrupt you, but say it was Jaden, as he's saying, you know, he really likes the old heavyweights, and the closest that I can get for that would be something like this that's in front of me. You know, I really, really enjoy. You know, they got some weight to them. I've got some of the moving trucks and stuff like that. So I really agree there. And then, let's see, Derek, to be honest, the only lowriders I like have working suspension. Yeah, I'm with you on that 100%, Derek. Although I can honestly say that with me, as much as I love the suspension, if they got the Daytons on them, that helps out a lot. Because this one doesn't have the suspension on it, but it's just as cool as this one here that does have the suspension on it. So
yeah, those Revell lowriders were way ahead of their time.
Yes, and if you want to jump down the Revell rabbit hole, I suggest you start saving your pennies before you decide to jump down that hole, because these things are mass-produced cars, and you're looking minimum on some of them over $100 to $200 a piece. And I need to clean off this table because I got. Let's see, behind me I have
What you need to do is build your cases.
Yeah, and I think I'm gonna. I think next week I'm gonna have my buddy, and we're gonna go and we're gonna buy all that because I'm ready. But like this one here, I can honestly say is one of my favorite Revell lowriders. Oh, I'll drop it first, just because, and not because of what it's worth, because I bought this one in the store, and let's see here. Let me find something.
Is it certified OG?
No, this was post that era, but like here is the S10 pickup, and if you guys have never seen one of these, this thing not only does, excuse me, not only does it do the fun lifted suspension and the lowering suspension, it's a true old school mini truck, and the box actually fully will rotate all the way around. 360 degrees.
That had to cost a lot of money to produce.
I mean, this is, and that's just it. It's really not. All it is a piece of plastic and a little adjustable arm on a pin. You know, that's it. And to be able to have completely 365 or 360 degree dancing bed on a freaking toy car was insane. And one thing that Derek did say, give you $4.99, brother Manny, go look it up. But one thing that Derek did say is that he wanted to buy an extra snowman so he could start messing with it. And I want to do that really, really bad. So, and I'm getting to the point where I'm getting ready just to do that. But one thing that, you know, let's see.
I think a better option than buying another snowman is, you just kind of stole it right out of my mouth there.
Go after these. These are a heck of a lot cheaper than those.
Especially with rubber bands on them, because then you don't care.
But, you know, these ones are, this is actually a Hot Wheels one. And it has the exact same suspension that the snowman does. And it does the exact same stuff the snowman can do. But the difference between these and the snowman is these ones aren't chrome plated. So these ones, and they're plastic. So you got to be careful when you're trying to set it up in a 3-wheel motion style. So you twist one way and you twist the other one the other way in order to get, you know, the full-on 3-wheel motion. Be careful. So these things will snap and they will break. I can attest to that. I have a broken one. What's up, Super Mike?
Super Mike is with us tonight.
Yes, he just popped in. And nope, that's the other one. So I actually have a broken one of these that I might have to, I didn't think about that until now. I may have to use that one as a donor. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, if I can reach it. You know, this is another Hot Wheels. You know, here's the Monte Carlo.
Oh, yeah. Oops.
And they did Rivieras too. I have a Riviera over that way, but it's not in the case.
I think you're right. That maroon 53, is that from the 3-car set?
Yes, that is from the 3-car, like $100 and something set. And I have 2 out of the 3 cars out of that set. I still need 1 more.
There you go, Jaden. There's your answer for that. Good guess.
Yep, you are correct. Those are really cool cars. Maybe I should do a show on lowriders sometime, even though we're kind of technically doing a little mini one right now, but we're kind of winging it tonight, you know? And that's what's fun about these little shows is we can do this kind of stuff where we can just wing it and we can have fun and talk about different stuff from, you know, tow trucks to lowriders to Camaros. And that's what I think really. What's that?
Go ahead. I said Plan A didn't work tonight.
No, Plan A. Well, Plan A didn't work because my brother is feeling under the weather. Plan B.
Well, that tanked horribly.
Plan B was bring your own pillow to that one because, man, I was like, whew, that got slow in a hurry. But, you know, that's
see, Manny, you can always come get them again. That's the great thing about this hobby is that if you get rid of something, you can always go after it again.
Yeah, and I have
had 3 of these in my collection at one point.
I have 9 lowriders behind me in this case over here, and I probably have 20 or 30 of them elsewhere that are not on display. And you know, like I can reach one of them. This one is one of my favorite ones, and not many people know where this one even came from. And this one's a 64 Impala.
Is that
and it has
one?
No.
Oh yeah. No,
this one, I think it might be Revell. Yeah, no. I'm getting too old. I don't remember who made this one, but the thing about this one was, not doing that. This one came with a model. So you bought the model kit, and this was inside of it. And I have the model, and I need to send that down to my buddy Rodney and have him finish it off for me because I never finished it. But this came with the model kit, so this is one of my favorite ones.
I know you found a really, what was it, 61 or 62 at the Toy and Buckle a couple of years ago.
Yeah, that was the 62, the red 62, which might be, let's see.
Speaking of the Toy and Buckle,
yeah,
that is this weekend.
Yes, it is. And it's in Lincoln. So
at the Lancaster Event Center. That's off 84th Street. That's a really, really good show to go to. It is a mix of different stuff. I mean, a lot of green light. There's a huge green light dealer, and he sells everything for at retail or below.
Yeah.
And
it's a great show. But also this weekend, Aaron up there for Sioux Diecast is putting on one of their shows. So if you want to go for a drive, Sioux Diecast is a good way to go. If you're closer to Omaha, Lincoln area, you don't feel like making the trek up to Sioux City, there's always Lincoln. It's $5 to get in. Yeah, Jaden, I actually do not have any of the 96 Revels, mainly because they're too dang expensive. But eventually I plan on getting most of these someday. But like this one, like Kent said, I got this one 2 years ago at the Toil and Buckham show. And the thing is it was sitting on a guy's table that had nothing but farm implement magazines and farm toys. And it was sitting in a box. And I was like, can I see that Impala real quick? And I picked it up and I knew what it was. And I said, what do you ask me for the Impala? And he goes, give me $3 for it. I said, okay, you're out of the lowrider business. And I handed him $3 and he goes, what do you mean I'm out of the lowrider business? And I popped the axles and, and then this trunk is a little, there we go. And I popped the trunk for him and he goes, I didn't know it did any of that. I just thought it was cool because it was a 62 Impala. I said, well, yeah, that's what's great about it. But it is a Revell lowrider and it's really super pretty. Hitting up the show on Sunday. Very nice, Jaden. We may have, what show are you going to? Are you going to Lincoln or are you going to Sioux?
If you go to Lincoln,
I think they're pretty much at the same time. So,
yeah, the Lincoln show there's such a good mix, and like Brent was saying, you may go to one table and you just find something that you are like, I never thought I'd see that, and you'd be able to go to that. Cool. The Sioux City one that's their, I guess, holiday potluck, I think is what they were advertising that as.
I believe it's the holiday potluck / toy show. I know that they're going to have the potluck, I think, towards the end.
Too.
Yeah, that might be part of their Christmas. No, the Christmas was, or did they? This might be the Christmas.
I don't think they did it.
No, I don't remember. This has been great if Aaron or Fred was in here, but neither one of those guys are in here tonight. So let's see. But yeah, I mean, it's going to be a good time. I know a lot of guys are going up and a lot of gals are going up for that. So that's going to be a great time. It's the same time as Toy and Buckle. I know me and Ken are going to the Toy and Buckle only because this is the one toy show in the area that we don't sell at. We can just go and we get to be buyers for a change. And this is our one time a year. Well, technically it would be our second time a year because we do this at Nationals too. But we just get to go and buy and talk and hang out with people and have a good time and not have to worry about being sellers for the day. So it's a really good time.
Yeah, that's very good point, Miss Barb.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys are going out this weekend, I know most of it's supposed to start tomorrow night and be gone by Saturday night. But please look at Iowa 511 or Nebraska 511.
Yes, be safe
for your current road conditions or your local news and radio. I mean, we are getting to that time of year where I think it's going to get a little worse. So
even though it was
something to think about,
60 something degrees yesterday, and now we're looking at like 5 to 8 inches of snow here. So, but I know that the Iowa folks and out there in Des Moines they're looking at a whole lot more. So just be safe, everyone, please.
Yes, please.
Anybody else have anything topic-wise? Anything you want to see, talk about? Let's see. Manny, wife just got home. Good night to my friends. Be safe with the winter weather out there. You be safe too, Manny. And You guys have yourself a good evening, and we'll talk to you later.
Yeah, come hang out with us. We'll have some firehouse or something. I don't know.
You got problems, brother. You got problems.
I know. Okay, so I don't have anything else. You got anything else?
No, not that I can think of, unless somebody else has got something they want to talk about.
Nope. February, first Saturday in February is Carney.
I like the movie cars. Yeah, movie cars are really nice.
Movie cars are very cool, and we could talk about that forever too.
Yes, because Kent has a very extensive movie car collection. Granted, so do I. I don't know if I have any of them within reach or if I put them all away. I think I put most of them. No, wait, no, here's the box right here. But it's just buried underneath everything else.
Mine are. I'm not really in a position to show it all of mine, but
no, you would be literally pick up the camera and start walking around. So, and I could do that too to an extent, but we're not.
Mr. Brian, how are you? We can do that another night. I know we've talked about. One more thing before we go. All right, this show is for you guys, so we like to know what you guys like, so we can build shows around things that you would like to either learn about or talk about. We are, one topic that was asked was how to budget or how to go to nationals on a budget. We are going to, yes, that too.
I haven't found any of those yet.
So we want to talk about that. We want to do that show, and we're trying to get in that.
It'll be coming up closer to nationals, so a couple more months.
We kind of wanted to use the PowerPoint thing, but yeah, that's not going to happen.
No. Not unless you get some. Well, I can talk to my buddy Mike, and we can make we can make a YouTube style presentation. But
yeah. So, did you guys like Adam and what he had? That kind of stuff.
That was amazing. I enjoyed that one thoroughly. Adam is an incredible collection.
I mean, we're in talks to have people like him come on. Say Bruce Pascal, maybe. Would that be somebody that would interest you?
Yeah, I know it would interest me. I'd like to listen to Bruce. And Mr. Mike saying absolutely. Very nice. We can...
I mean, Mr. $100,000 Hot Wheel?
And I know, as I've been saying in my room, I'm working on my room for like the last 2 years, and I understand that. But we're getting really close to that point now where that's pretty much the last thing I have to do is just hang cars on the wall. And I'm kind of secretly in a race right now, so I don't know. I'm about ready to get a thumbtack and just go put something up on the wall, and then I win. So, but as of right now,
maybe Miss Barb. Maybe you guys would like to speak with her. I mean, she's got a lot of convention experience. I'm just spitballing here, folks. We're throwing names out here. Otherwise, just shoot me a message. PJ says he wants to come on.
I'm available.
Yes. I'd like to. Oh, let's just get to it. You want to go first, or you want me to go?
Well, I
got to get mine ready.
All right, I have a brand new 5-pack. It is the Batman 5-pack with the 2011 Dodge Charger RT, the Batcopter, the Dark Knight Batmobile, the Bedlam, which is the Joker, and the Velocita, which is for Miss Harley Quinn. So, and I don't know what I'm going to do with the Batcopter, but maybe I'll see if it can fly. But we're going to open this one tonight because I really want to look at the Harley Quinn car.
Can you fly, Bobby? Great movie.
And I just got this yesterday. This is brand new to me. We have the Dodge Charger Metropolis police car. We have the ugly Batcopter, which I don't like.
It's horrible
at all.
Matchbox helicopters are way better.
The tumblers, the old Hot Wheel ones were cool too. There's an old tumbler, a new tumbler.
Get them to spin.
I'm hoping that he's on the other side. He's not. Okay, that one's. See, that's kind of cool. You get the Joker, but I think they missed a spot because they could have put something on the hood or on the back tailgate. But that's the Joker Bedlam, and then hopefully they did my girl right. And yes, they did. Because you have red on that side, black on that side, red wheels in the front, blue in the back, and she's on the roof with her logo and her name on the hood. So that's super cool. That one makes me happy. I like that. That looks good. And it's a matte white. So that's really cool. Very cool. So that's what I got.
Okay. Well, I've already shown it once today. I really don't have anything else to open, so we're going to go with the Jeep.
The Jeep.
I sent my green one. I only bought one out to the DC area to help a buddy out. So I got two of this one, and I'm glad I did.
Yes, that red is really, really pretty. I would like to see some planes, helicopters with stuff like X-Men. Yeah. Yeah. Well, the stands on them. And, they've done the Guardians of the Galaxy. They've done some of the Star Trek stuff. They've used those stands a couple of times. But yeah, that's one thing about Hot Wheels is a lot of them are choking hazards. So.
Have you taken one of these all the way out?
No, I've taken it to that point.
Brian took his all the way out. I'll have to talk to him.
Yeah, it's
cool.
There's a lot of twisty ties and all sorts of stuff there that's holding that puppy in. So,
maybe we need to have a younger collector on too. Maybe one day
we can do that. Let us old guys take a night off and.
Yep.
Get the younger generation talk. I don't like that idea. Because we can talk to you about play sets from our era, which are technically 30 to 40 years old. And yeah,
100 to 150 pounds lighter too. Back then we were.
Well, I got play sets behind me.
Yes,
but anyways, I think that's all we got.
There's one in the corner I want.
It's right there.
Yeah, it's back in that corner. Yeah,
that's a play set.
And there's one that's kind of on the wall in the corner, and because I didn't look very well.
Oh,
bought it.
Yeah, the Walmart one.
Yeah,
it's over. It's right here.
All right.
Right
yeah.
Right there.
Mm-hmm. That's not mold, by the way. It's paint. All right. Good night, everyone. We'll see you all this weekend.
Yeah, no, that's not mold. That's undercoating.
You guys have fun out there. Stay safe. Post your finds. Message us if there's something you want to see or if you want to be on.
Or if you have a show idea and you're not sure if it would work, please shoot it by us. We're always looking for new ideas. This thing's been going on for 2 years, and I would love some new ideas. If you guys want to talk about drag racing, lowriders, monster trucks, we know, character cars. We can get Aaron Pullman from Carney. Sorry, brain not working. He's big into character cars. ID cars I can do. Let us know. Give us your ideas. Let us know what you want to see.
Okay. That's all I got. Bye.
Bye.